and then we see, and I'm like sitting there in Dark Knight Rises and thinking, you know that it's almost like a premium. You should never feel that way. Where I'm watching this movie, this is what Burton did better than anybody who's made Batman movies. You didn't feel rationed for Batman scenes. You didn't feel malnutrition for Batman scenes. Like in this thing, when you see Batman, you're like, oh, okay, you're looking at and you watch, okay, how many more minutes am I going to get?
Well, I mean, Batman was fully in Batman Forever as well, so...
No, I know, true. But the point I'm making is that this thing was, out of all three, by far the worst of giving me Batman in the movie. I was like, this is ridiculous. Because he's spending so much time in a prison, then he's spending time as Bruce Wayne in his house, then he's crying, Alfred is crying, then he's talking to this person and then losing his car. I was like, come on guys, this is the last movie, man. Come on, just give me some batarangs and utility bells.
And the thing is, when Batman does show up, all I remember him doing is fist fighting Bane. Like, he shows up and then it's just, her.
That's a funny thing, elements that you bring up. I didn't really like that because Batman doesn't fight that way.
Yeah, I know. It seemed a bit kind of...
Even when he fought Bane in the comics, right?
Yeah.
He was still using his ninja tactics.
Yeah. But Bane was bringing it down to his level. But
yes.
The thing,
This like Batman lost control, and he lost. Like, put it this way, right? We went into a movie where Batman is weak. He's like broken down, weak already. Whereas for me, what I expected, it was Bane who broke him down. Bane is the one who messed him.
That would have made it more interesting if Bane was. If like Batman was at the top of his game, and then Bane just brought him down brick by brick.
That's how it. No, listen, elements. That is how it was in the comic.
Yeah.
Like, Batman is out there, nobody can, and then this crazy guy goes head to head with him and takes the guy down in his prime.
Yeah.
He takes him down in his prime, which made it shocking.
Yeah.
Because like,
and that would make his incarceration more powerful as well. You know, where he's like, now he's broken and he's down, because he was already broken and down at the beginning of the film. So him being broken and down just a little bit more doesn't really have any impact.
My biggest issue. For me, that was what I felt the most disappointed in. When I came out, I'm like, you know what? As a Batman fan, I feel very annoyed by that. Because I'm watching something here where Batman has been completely weakened in this movie to beyond, like, I was like, come on guys, it's the last stand, okay?
Yeah.
What I was thinking was that he's going to go in there, he's at the peak, he's strong, and he's fighting against Bane. Bane is too strong for him. Then, like, Elements is saying he can go to that jail and have to find his way back. That's fine.
Okay, let me just bring something very quickly here. Let me bring in Avengers into the mix, because because obviously me and Mike obviously have had our disagreements over Avengers. Compare your watching to Avengers to Dark Knight Rises. Give me your 6 cents.
Avengers they're completely different ends of the same spectrum. You can't. Avengers is all about just kind of very cartoony, very flashy, very kind of show-offy. Whereas Dark Knight is much more kind of. It's darker, it's more brooding, it's more kind of, it's more serious, and
Dark Knight is
they're both, and for me, they're just different ends of the same spectrum. But when I can't lie, when I came out of Avengers, all my feelings were positive. I was just like, I feel happy, I feel good, I feel like I got exactly what I paid for, and I'm just happy. But with Dark Knight, I came out like, But I think that's how you're supposed to come out of a film like that, because it's not the same type of film as Avengers. It's not just, fun, which is what Avengers was and what it was supposed to be.
No. Bayformers is supposed to be fun.
But the thing is, Avengers is fun. Bayformers isn't.
No, but Bayformers is supposed to be what Avengers is doing.
Right, but Avengers does it well. Bayformers does it bad.
But you should give Avengers kudos though.
I'm not taking kudos away from Avengers. I'm saying I really enjoyed Avengers. I thought it was expertly done, but it's not the same film as Dark. It's not the same type as film.
Half Hope, are you a CIA agent? You're spending this whole talk back questioning, interrogating guys. Give your points. All this stuff about
No. Hence.
You think Avengers is better than Dark Knight Rises?
Of course. you why. Hey, let me tell you why.
Close your mouth. Close your
Can I
mouth.
explain? Let me tell you why, guys. Let me tell you. 'Cause
Why?
when I watch something like Avengers, it knows what it is.
Okay, thank you for
No. It knows what it is. Something like Dark. No. Let me finish my point. You asked for my point. Let me finish my point. For something like Dark Knight Rises, are you a Batman film or are you trying to act as some crime war film? As a Batman film, horrendous, rubbish, crap. As a war movie, not that great. Because that's what it was started as. This is like a war, like Begins was obviously the so-called Batman film. Dark Knight was the crime film. This was the war film, as Nolan and people said. As a war film, it wasn't that great.
Okay, look, okay, check it out. The Catwoman thing, which is also another big thing, I saw it, and now it's reinforced exactly what I said before the movie. Like guys were saying,
she tried, but no, it doesn't work.
I thought she was good.
It was exactly what I thought. Listen, she did it as well as she could have done. It was all about. Hello?
No, I said I want to hear Elementor's points on Catwoman because he seems to disagree.
Like, look, after you see Michelle Pfeiffer's thing, if you don't come out with something really
For the wings, yeah.
interesting and different, like, I was watching, I'm like, you know what, look, if this isn't really, look, I have an idea of what Catwoman is, obviously.
Thank you.
The Hathaway thing for me is like girl next door type look, and her whole aura is that sort of thing. So I really wasn't really into it to begin with anyway. Obviously after the Heath Ledger thing, which stuffed his foot in my face, basically, because I was so wrong about it. I really just left it up in the wind till I saw the movie. And when I saw the movie, I was like, no, this just doesn't, it just was, I didn't really believe it. I didn't really believe that this was Catwoman I was watching. Like, I didn't buy it, you know. And to counteract that, you know, you saw Bane, man. And I was like, wow, you know, if it wasn't for Joker's ridiculous performance, like Heath Ledger's ridiculousness in Dark Knight, that Bane thing was no joke, man. Like, it really wasn't. I mean, it's a combination of his voice and the director and the clothing and his performance and his physique and everything. But considering the fact that I was not really on the boat for a smaller British accent Bane that didn't really look without the pipes and the venom pipes and everything.
Let the games begin.
When I saw it, I was like, wow, you know, this is...
So obviously, so you were saying something about cats, but I don't think she walked. Mel doesn't think it walked.
To be honest, I've never had that much of an opinion on Catwoman as a character. I have no strong feelings about her, and
neither do I. I don't really like Catwoman either. So
like I've never, she's never interested me, and so for me, it was mainly surprise because I was expecting something horrible. I was expecting, I don't really know Anne Hathaway as an actress, so I had a very kind of whatever opinion about her. But I thought she surprised me. I wasn't expecting this sort of the kind of performance she gave. It wasn't anything special to be sure, and obviously there were many other performances that were much more interesting. But
I mean, you know what? I would say this, man. This movie proved how utterly ridiculous Heath Ledger was in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I already knew it was serious, but when I watched this, I just realized that guy really created a very serious problem for the franchise.
Because Bane, as good as Bane was, he's quite forgettable.
You can't beat the Joker.
He's not like
I'll tell you this though. Even if there were similar characters, if Nolan had done the Riddler, he could have done something. If he had challenged himself to try and reinvent the Riddler.
Too similar.
No. But for me, that's.
But the thing is,
here's why I said that. If he had challenged himself to, how can you reinvent the Riddler and make him totally different from the Joker? Then I think.
Who said that?
I said me. I said if he had challenged himself to try to reinvent the Riddler and make him totally different from the Joker, because guys said, they used to be too similar. If he had challenged himself, okay, let me try and do something with the Riddler that is totally new, that nobody has ever seen before. I think that would have been a better route than Bane.
Let me not lie to you. Bane was so well done that that wasn't really an issue for me. Like, that guy there were moments like that fight.
Bane was all about Tom Hardy, man. It was all about Tom Hardy.
Listen, whatever the case may be, I'm just trying to say
the costume
that
helped.
It's very well executed. Like, I can't criticize.
I
Listen,
like that.
that was my surprise. When I came out of the film, the thing that I took out of it that I really was not expecting, that really impressed me, was the Bane rendition. Because I was like, genuinely, there were moments where you actually felt some fear of this guy.
I just didn't feel any fear of him.
The thing is,
I didn't feel any fear.
the
In the sewer, in that sewer when he was fighting him, I was like, no, the way that whole thing was executed was really good. Like, listen, people have brought up the action thing, and I still believe that, look,
He can't do action.
Director, so none of the action scenes, they were better than the previous movies, but they're still not up to the level of, listen, we can...
Robopocalypse.
You can insult Bay all you like, but Bay does, I mean, when Bay does a drag action scene, I mean, my goodness, you know.
Look, Spielberg is the man. Spielberg is the man.
I don't want to.
Lincoln, what was that?
I don't want to be biased because everyone knows the agenda of this show, but I found Transformers action horrendous to watch. I'd much rather watch I'd much rather watch Nolan action because at least you can sort of see what's happening.
No. Elements. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that go and look at good Bay action.
Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's true. I'll give him
If
that.
you look at Bad Boys.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So that's what I mean. That when Bay does it, The Rock. Some of the
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The Rock,
So
yeah.
for me, it's like, look, Bay you can insult Bay all you want, but when it comes to action, some action set pieces, that guy knows what the hell is going on. You know?
No. Basically, I just think that, you know what, for Nolan, I just felt like because one of the most shocking things about this film was that you could actually see the fighting. Because it was so weird, because I was about to say, whoa, there's no shaky cam. So I think he did know that people criticized the fighting so much in the last two films.
It's a huge leap forward.
So I think that...
It's a huge leap forward.
No. For me, I think like Infinity Limits actually was right saying that like, yeah, man, this is a great improvement for Nolan, but this shows that, you know what, filming action is a skill. Wachowskis just are born to know how to do it. Spielberg is perfect.
Trying to say that you didn't know that.
What? Well, you didn't know.
You didn't realize that filming action was a skill.
No. This just reinforces, because the misconception that people have is, it's just action. But when you actually, this reinforces it because guys were like, oh, look, man, action. But the way Nolan does so many other facets of filmmaking so well and just can't do action well at all shows that, man, this thing really is a skill.
The key to action is, this is the key to action.
Oh, okay.
In order to be a good action director, or in order to be a good person of putting action together, you actually have to be a fan of action. Like, the reason why those guys do it well is that you almost have to do it the way you'd want to see it. Like, Nolan, it's not his thing, so it's like, it's not an important element of, like, for example, right, Phantom of Hope elements, right? You're watching a movie, what are you waiting for? The fight scenes, the action scenes. You're actually sitting there anticipating Bane v Batman. Do you really think Nolan is sitting down in any of the films that he's watching and waiting with his popcorn when he was a kid, anticipating the fight between Bruce Lee and whatever? Of course not. Like, he didn't, when you listen to his interviews, that's not what he used to watch movies for. For guys like us, that's all that matters. So when we get to the fighting, that stuff better be clear. Do you know that we've insulted the hell out of Georgie Porgy? Have you seen how Georgie Porgy does action?
With a lot of CGI.
How clear his action scenes are.
Yeah, a lot of CGI.
It doesn't matter. I'm just still saying, look, Darth Maul v Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. You could see what was...
Qui-Gon!
Anyway, look, let's not get too far off topic.
Yeah, I mean, and okay, what the hell does just Lucas
Okay,
look, basically, the thing is, we're coming up to what, 37 minutes here.
Hold on.
What?
Can I just raise a certain point?
Yes?
So you say this fails as a Batman film.
100%.
But what is a Batman film? Because, if I may, a lot of people's interests in Batman stem from completely different sources. Like, yours, for example, is the 89 Burton Batman. Whereas for a lot of people, the real Batman is the animated series Batman. For some people, Batman is Arkham City Batman. Some people it's from the comics.
Elements, let me answer your question.
No. Here, ask it to me. Carry on. Finish.
No, Elements, no.
Hold on.
Let him finish. Let Elements finish.
Wait. Mug, what are you saying?
Answer it.
No, what were you gonna say? So
The point is, it's like,
yeah, animated series, something like that. Arkham Asylum, yeah.
and also for a lot of people, Batman and Bruce Wayne are part and parcel. The story of Bruce Wayne is the story of Batman, and so his personal journey, his personal demons, his personal conflicts are just as much a part of Batman's personal journey and personal conflicts. And so that's what I'm asking is like, don't you think that perhaps that Batman is more than just...
Oh, no, for me, you raised a very good point, and hence why I hate this sort of arguments, this sort of bottom line answer, as in like, let's agree to disagree. Okay, Batman is this, Batman is this, Batman is that. So we have all different kinds of things about Batman, let's not agree to disagree. I hate that argument, hence why I like to bring objectivity. I mean, objectivity is this. Let's use our logic here. This is a guy who dresses up as a bat. Now, why would a guy dress up all in black and dress up as a bat? Logically, it would be to instill fear into people.
Yeah.
So surely, this should be a character who lives in the dark because bats are creatures of the dark.
But
and also, when you
just to interject quickly, on that same point, like, this is a man who dresses up as a bat.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, that simple point makes you think, okay, so who is this man who dresses up as a bat? And the one real problem I have with the '89 Batman, with the Burton Batman, is that Bruce Wayne is not very well established as a character. Bruce Wayne is very uninteresting. He's just a guy.
But then it's like, okay,
Hold on.
of what we saw of Bruce Wayne in Rises, how much of Batman and that darkness did we really get to see? That's
Wait, sorry, what's Mo trying to say?
There's something, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There is something that's shared between all the versions of Batman that you named that hasn't been established in this. So when people talk about the real rendition of Batman or whatever, like this isn't the Batman you want, listen, I appreciate that there's got to be different interpretations. But the problem is, and it's actually very simple, is that there are some very basic things that have actually appeared in every one of the versions of Batman that actually got the real fans. The comics, the animated series and all of that. The detective side of Batman. The Batman that's in the darkness, coming out of shadows with the white eyes.
Yeah.
The white eyes is a big thing that could have easily been done as well. Like the shadows, coming out of the darkness, the detective, the way he's getting the clues,
Yeah.
his utility belt, all of the things he does. Those things, do you know that in this one, which is something that Burton did, which was great, that Nolan has never really done, except in Batman Begins a little bit. You know that the Batcave, the role of the Batcave and him going back to the Batcave and looking through the evidence he's now gotten, trying to analyze things, Burton did that excellent.
Yeah.
You know, that thing is in every single version of Batman except Nolan's.
Well, he does.
It was even in Batman and Robin. It was even in Batman and Robin.
He does analyze stuff in the Batcave in this one.
No, but look.
At the beginning. And then where does he return back to the penthouse? At least in Batman and Robin, the Batcave is there. As bad as that movie is, at least he's fully in the Batcave.
Honestly, listen, I've already said that this movie is... I'm not saying the movie's bad either. I'm being honest.
You said it's the first film of the year, carry on.
So far, it's the best of the year so far.
Carry
now,
on.
listen, in my opinion, right?
Better than Prometheus.
What?
Actually, no, sorry, he hasn't seen Prometheus. Okay, sorry, carry on.
There are some very, very basic things about Batman that, for any real Batman fan to come out and say, this is Batman, and that Batman can always be done differently, that's ridiculous, because what we have here is a SWAT team guy.
Yeah.
You've got a super soldier. That's essentially, the Batman in Nolan's thing has turned from, in Batman Begins, what I would argue is one of the best, that was really good, well done, has transitioned through Dark Knight to what is essentially a super soldier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so he puts on his bat suit and then he's just like, he has tanks and he has helicopters and he fights harder and he's just a tough guy.
No, 100%. Like, even the kinds of weaponry that he has in his bat, you know that, remember in the old Batmobile, he doesn't have bloody bazookas in it. You know?
Yeah.
Listen, the Batpod has an absolutely ridiculous...
And what's funny is, Batman says no guns. You know, when he's talking to Catwoman, he says no guns, you know, it's too dangerous. Like, his flying bat thing has got nothing but guns on it.
But then the point of view where you were saying about Bruce Wayne and how we need to investigate the man. I mean, one of the worst things that Burton did was not exploring Bruce Wayne in Batman vs. Superman. For me, I'll always hold that against that. For me, I liked how it was started up in part 1, but part 2, let's go deeper. Let's go deeper into who this man is, because we've only seen a hint of what he is in part 1, part 2, let's go even deeper. But the problem with this thing in Rises is that even when we see Bruce Wayne the man, how does that link into the darkness of Batman, the character?
It's when you're talking. Why are you look in the camera? Why are you looking at elements?
No, I have to look, because I'm going to see this guy's eyes, I'm going to see the eyes. So, we don't really see that connection with the Batman character when we just see Bruce Wayne. Like, no, I loved that scene in the pit, in the prison, that whole thing of rising, but that was just Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I didn't really see the kind of dichotomy of this linking into the darkness of the Batman character, this something of his parents dying, of him getting messed up, of his parents dying, and his... Because...
You know what?
You have to be crazy to dress up as a bat.
You know what I think what I think a lot of the problem is that...
There's this one good point that somebody brought up. I never thought about this, but they said, in The Dark Knight,